So I'm gonna show you how to put this set of parts in here. It's $5. Probably the first upgrade you should get. If you get one of these cars, I would say get the lower gears and then also get the upgraded servo, which in my last video I showed you how to swap. That's this dude right here. I haven't used this long enough to tell you how good it actually is, but let's tear this dude apart. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. I find it more helpful if you're just to take this whole thing off right here, because that gets in the way. It's a bit annoying. So the first thing you're going to do is take out these two screws, and that is going to release your battery compartment. So this sticker right here, which is your model number, will get stuck to the motor. So if it's a bit sticky, that's why. So just kind of work at it a little bit. There we go. See that sticker got stuck on there? Pretty sticky. Next you want to kind of turn this sideways, like one way or the other. Kind of get that worked on up out of there. It sits in this channel. So see, like these little grooves right here? Those sit inside the frame. So back that on up out of the way. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these 4 screws right here. The cool thing about this tray is if I drop a screw, it really don't go far. And I mean, this silicone tray is pretty awesome for soldering because it contains all the solder. I would definitely recommend getting one of these for anybody that wants to ever do anything. They're just so handy to have. Okay, there we go. See if we can get that worked up. It just kind of sets in there. And you're going to pull your drive shafts clean off. See them dudes. So you don't have to take your wires out. You can do it just like this. And if you're careful with your solder connections, they'll be just fine. Go ahead and get these off. These pass through the shaft. So like if you loosen it, it won't come off. You gotta take that screw all the way out of there. There we go. Just like that. Now you're going to take these these 4 screws apart. Excuse me. I'm just using the Traxxes toolkit because, I mean, that's the size designed for it. I assume that's probably the best you can get. Okay, so these are your housing screws. Put them in a little separate pile. You pull that right off. You can see it has bushings in there. So get these new gears set aside, which these are actually the old gears. I've already done this swap. I'm going to swap it back, do some speed tests, and then swap it back to the slow gears. So, I almost lost that one. Here's the gears that come in it. If you look, you're not going to need to replace this. This is the same size. These other 3 gears you will replace. So, pull this one out. We'll just set it aside. Pull this one out. And if you look, I mean, you're just lining up whichever one you got, you know. I'll pull that one off. Okay, so I believe this one goes like here. It's almost trial and error because it's just straight gears. There we go. And then we're going to have our next one. I'm going to sit down here like this. And then this is our last one. It's going to go into the shaft. The shafts are different sizes, so you can't flip it around like this. So line your gears up like that. Pull that shaft out of there. Wants to come out this way. I guess that shaft is designed to really only go in there one way. You really can't mess that part up. And then we'll put this back down in here. And that's it. That's in there. Some people say you should probably put grease on here. But from the factory, they don't come with grease, so I don't see why you would need to put grease on just plastic on plastic. That looks good to me. If you go ahead and you tighten down this gearbox real tight, you're going to make those gears mesh in there a little bit funky with themselves. And you could get some loud sounds, and you might make your car a lot louder than it needs to be just because you made these a little too tight. So I would say just kind of snug them. And if your car is loud after the swap, it's normal, but if it's really loud, probably back these screws out some. Really can't mesh the drive shaft ends up any. Those go on here. They're clocked. Put your bolt in there. Screw, I guess. There we go. So we're going to clock these. They're clocked with each other right now, and now we're going to clock them with the car. We haven't moved the car a whole lot, so they should be pretty close. But if you look where the screw holes go in, it's directly down, right? So now if we look at our little car, we'll look at the screw holes on these dudes. Now that one is directly down. And then you kind of just work your drive shafts in there, just one by one. I think I need to get a better light set up in my little work area. There we go. That one popped in. And before we slide it all the way in, check this front one. That's down. There we go. Okay, now that's popped in there. See how it sits down in this little groove? There. Now it's seated down there like it needs to be. Now we'll take our 4 motor mounting bolts. Oop, I dropped that one. See if I can get it. Okay, those are all on there now. And I'll get our battery tray. We want to work those little ears back down in the frame grooves. And I did move this back. If it was factory, it would be easier to move and get this in here. But we're just going to try to work it in there however we can. Oop, there we go. Now we're set in there. Get that down. And I've noticed that sometimes it doesn't want to sit completely flush until you work at it a little bit. Oop, hear that little snap? That's seated down in there good. Now we'll take our 2 battery mounting screws. Get them dudes back in there. Let's get this strap back on here. Easy. That was easy. Okay. Turn our controller on. Now we'll plug in our car. Oh, we forgot to plug our servo in. See how she likes that. All right, let's do some original gears and then some low gear speed tests and see how they do. So, all right. Okay. Here we got the original gears, which are the mid-range gears. We got the Walmart Dark Horse versus the Traxxes speed test. I would highly recommend not wasting your money on this car unless you're buying it for like a 3 or a 5-year-old, which is what this car was bought for. So let's see if we can do. Traxxes won that round. Now let's swap the gears to the lower range gears and see you next week. Now here we are with the low end crawling gears, and yeah, that's Traxxes for the win again. Traxxes will always win. Fastest name in RC, and it's the slowest one in the room now. Alright. So I totally just tinted the windows. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty awesome. So let's see if it goes faster now. I also charged the battery. And go. Still the slowest one in the room. What? Oh yeah, those low gears are awesome. Check out that tint. Am I the first one to tint my windows on my little RC crawler? Because I haven't seen anybody else do it. It's red, so it gives it just a little bit of a red hue. Look at that. Check that. Red tint. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.